Hello, everyone. This is Yaelle Shaphir. We're getting ready to begin. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm just doing a quick audio check. All right. Here we go. All right. I'm going to look at a familiar face. Andrea, can you hear me? Okay, we're good. All right, fantastic. I'm just getting Don's computer set up with the gallery view so we have all of your beautiful faces. Fantastic. Hello, everyone. Happy spring. It's good to see you. All right, fantastic. So while we get ready for Don to join us, I just want, it looks like we're like all women here. That's fantastic. We'll see if anyone who identifies as male shows up. So yes, this is actually the unofficial beginning of spring for us, but we will begin the official curriculum starting next Tuesday. This is more of just for, I see faces that have been with us since winter, and we have new faces coming into us, which is great. With just a show of hands, can you tell me, has anyone been able to get on who wasn't with us during the winter time to check out some of the curriculum from last winter? Fantastic, Thea, great, okay. So the idea really is this is an ongoing curriculum where we keep building on these really fun and inspiring topics. And so the idea is, even if you didn't do that whole journey with us, that you would be able to refer to it, catch up with the work. And those of you who were with us in winter, we continue on because, as you know, the amount of topics and inspiration that Don has just does not stop. And I'm actually very excited for these next 2 months because I can already see ICP is smiling. She already knows, like, every time she thinks, you think you know where we've hit with Don, like the next week he comes and he's like, but then. So the new stuff is really, really fantastic. So just to review, we started the winter, actually, okay, I'll say it, but I was going to see if anyone from the winter session wanted to chime in. We started the concept of gong playing by numbers. So Don's been really researching this and looking into this for the last 5-10 years, and it's coming together in a really beautiful way. And we've had advanced gong students, practitioners, teachers utilizing these new techniques with really interesting results. Does someone want to unmute themselves who has been playing pi, fi, or e, and just give us a little experiential 2 minutes, 3 minutes about what it's like to play by gong by numbers, if you were just going to explain it to someone who's been a gong player for many years and just has never played by the numbers? Anybody? Oh, people are shy. Pia.
Yes. I'll do it. Yes, it has been quite amazing because all the numbers, it's like mandalas on the gong, so you can also see it as patterns. And when you play these patterns, it's kind of it getting more and more deep and profound, because it's not just sound, it's consciousness sound from the gong, and it's a kind of a deeper connection with the gong and the sound, and the sound healing itself. So it's getting more conscious. It's not only the sounds making babies, but it's I don't know how to say it. It's kind of very conscious, and it's like a gateway. I think I wrote that in Facebook. It's like a gateway to higher consciousness. And still, when you then don't play by the numbers, it's also more deep than before we were playing by the numbers. So in even the more intuitive gong playing is more profound now, I think.
All right. Thank you, Pia, for sharing that. So yeah, so part of it is this opening up and exploration of the gong face as an enneagram or enneaphone, and then starting to program in mathematics, irrational fractions, never-ending fractions, and then there's the whole like, why would you even do that? So all of that great information is already up on the site to peruse, and then that way you can come, and we always have a time period where we have question and answers, what's come up for you throughout your gong playing during the week. And then there's also assignments. So one of the other areas we explored in the wintertime was opening up the fifth chakra, freeing the bird from the cage, using your voice. Some of you use your voice in your performances, in your events. Some of us, I will say, I'm like one of the gong players who hasn't really utilized my fifth chakra, and so it's been really interesting to kind of play with and open up without feelings of self-consciousness and doubt, the throat, and utilizing your voice with overtoning with your gong playing. And then the last topic that we looked at was incorporating mass gong theater, which you know I'm going to call on you, Andrea. The idea of putting on a mask and playing the gong, some people are like, yes, that sounds amazing. And other people are like, what are, huh? And so, oh, Andrea, unmute yourself, please. And so I'm specifically calling on Andrea because I think that she was one of the, like me, she was like, what, ha, ha, ha. And I think we converted her. So, Andrea, will you unmute yourself and give us your experience playing with the mask?
Yes, you converted me. So it's something that I always, as I heard about it before, but I always looked at it like, huh, like you said, and then well, specifically those who experienced it, the fellow Gong students from the previous semester, inspired me and Don to basically buy this, let's call it the Turiya mask, and play with it, and looking in a mirror because I don't have a mirror gong while playing. And it's actually very interesting experience. And every time I want to go deeper, I put on this mask and I play just for maybe also for myself. I haven't had the courage to do it in front of people yet. My boyfriend is super scared of it, so I was like, okay, take step by step. But and I also got the book with the 4 temperaments and the mask playing, which is very interesting. So I want to really get deeper into that. It's I think there is so many layers to discover about gongs when using the mask.
Thank you, Andrea. Yes, so we spent a lot of time delving into these arenas, and Don obviously is inspired by springtime and the new season and what he wants to delve into. And if you've taken any classes with Don before, you do know that I can have the whole schedule set out, and if he channels a specific, we're going in that direction. So I'm here to moderate and help out as much as possible. I will typically be writing in the chat box just so that you get a copy of everything that's going on if you're either showing up live or tuning into the recorded sessions. And really, it's about continuing the deeper diving into the depths of Gong consciousness and your creativity, and expanding beyond in terms of boundaries and limitations, and using the metaphor of climbing higher on the mountain. Don was like, climbing seems like a lot of effort. And I was like, well, you know, cutting through boundaries is challenging for some of us. So he was like, why don't we call it rising? I was like, rising is great too. So if you want to climb up or rise up beyond the expanses and ethers in how you're playing, it's also for you. Okay, so without further ado, Don, can I invite you over to sit down with us? Give us some learning. All right, here he comes.
Hi. Hello, everybody. Well, I'd like to thank you for keeping up, and also thank my daughter for doing such a miraculous job. This would never take place without her. It's amazing me every day. So thank you, Yaelle, for this. Uh, we have new people here with us on this group. Everybody's new.
We've got people who were with us in wintertime, and we
Yeah.
have a whole bunch of new faces joining us today.
All right. Are you all gong players?
You raise your hands. Everyone here plays the
Yeah.
gong?
Yeah. All right. Okay, good. And do you have a gong? At least one? Oh, isn't that nice? All right. So we're taught to be very humble towards the gong. So the gong is the guru, we say. The gong um, uh, is the instrument that is so important to us, and each of us has a personal gong. Sometimes they're like little pets that we have. You have one kind of dog, I have another dog. So it's always nice to know which gongs do you have. All right. So now the gongs will be able to at least meet each other through you. Um, who wants to start?
So you would like them to say their name, where they're from, and what kind of gong they have?
Wouldn't that be nice?
All right, so that's, do I have to unmute you guys, or you guys can unmute yourselves? So if you can just give Don your name, where you're coming from.
Hello, Don. It's Alessandra from Mexico.
Oh.
It's good to see you again. So I have Gongland Universe, Paiste Saturn, and Chiron, Paiste Creation. These are my main four.
Mhm. And do you have your gong within reach?
I had the stand in reach. The gong are in the car because I play tonight. So I already put it in the car. Next one, I'm gonna have them.
You know, we are all important, but the gongs are so much more important.
I know.
So in the future, what we could establish something advanced, like having your gong behind you. Wouldn't that be nice? And that
Yes.
way, because right now it's like we're having a gong thing, but no gongs are here.
No, next session is gonna be on. You have one.
Oh, all right, so
And
we're
we're
going to work
back.
towards that group consciousness. Next time we get together, we'll make sure that the gongs are there for us, and then we can each play the gong and see if the gongs really travel through this etheric way to us. But today, I was wondering about, do you have any questions you want to ask? Because we have new people and we have intermediate, we have advanced people here.
Well, let's do a little bit more intro. Alessandra, thank you for jumping in from Mexico. Anyone else in Mexico? All right, so then unmute yourself and let us know what part of the world you're tuning in from.
Hello, my name is Stephanie Mariska. I'm joining from Rhode Island in the northeast of the US. Hello, Don.
Hi,
Yaelle,
Stephanie.
thank you so much for sending the email. It's the only way that I would have realized to have been here today. And I haven't been playing the gong in the last year because of COVID, but we're starting again this month. So I'm very excited about that. And it's wonderful to see you, Don.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
She's a wonderful gong master. She takes care of the whole Northeast.
I don't know about that.
So we've got Mexico and the US. Anyone else?
Hi.
Oops.
I think we both unmuted at the same time. It's Betty. Hi, Don. I'm in Paris, and I've got a dream gong, tone of life, dream.
Oh. All right. So next time you're going to have the dream with you?
I have it with me. It's, let's see. These are my other drums. I have to like walk through a million drums to get there.
I can see a dream.
Here it is. Let's see. I don't know if you can see.
Where is it?
Can
Oh,
you?
look. Yeah, oh, nice.
It's the
Okay.
dream gong.
Okay. Could we hear it?
Okay, hang on. Let me get it.
It just make it say hello. What's going on?
I'm turning it off.
What?
Don't worry.
Is that you making this?
No,
noise?
someone's trying to call you. I'm turning them off.
Well, just turn it off. We have an interruption here. I'm sorry. What are you doing to my phone?
I'm just trying to get that person to stop calling.
Just leave it alone. Not now.
Ignore that, please.
What is this? What are you doing?
Someone's trying to WhatsApp call you. I
And
don't know
what-
how to shut them off. I turned everything off. All right, we're done. It's done. Dream us on, Betty. I think, Betty, one of the things we did was how to optimize your Zoom settings for the best sound quality. So we may refer you to some people to help you out with that.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that. Yeah.
All right. Did she play her gong?
She did, but her Zoom settings aren't set up for the gong.
Oh, all right.
Thing? Oh, too bad. And I'm on my phone, so I don't know if I have a lot of options really.
Mm-hmm.
We have a wonderful gong teacher, gong master in Belgium named Claudio, who helped all of us newbies figure out our settings on Zoom and on our phones. And so there's actually, a few tricks and trades. So he's definitely someone who's open to helping out all of us clueless gong players who don't have technical savvy to get on.
Claudio. Okay, I'll try to find him.
All right, but I think that goes for all of us, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So we all want to we want to all be able to play our gongs together at the same time.
Yes, that would be wonderful.
That would be really good, wouldn't it? And so first of all, we have to have our gongs. We have to introduce our gongs, and then maybe Betty can play with Alessandra. They're two gongs. And let's see whether or not the gongs, which now are electronic gongs, how they will talk to each other. I'd like that. Can we do it?
With pleasure, yes. Yes.
How many of you have bowls? Okay, just about everybody does too. Well, okay. And your bowls. So your bowls are ready and available. So now we can use the gong bowl, and now we can mix this over the net. Let's give it a try, huh? So make sure that you have your striking wand and also your ribbing wand, and then you also have your bowl with you next time, and we'll explore that. Is it good?
Yes.
Yeah? All right, who's next?
Well, we've got Bristol, UK. All our UK people.
Well,
Annette is over there.
Look
Remember, you're going to have to unmute yourself if you want to chime in, and then I would just ask that we try to keep only one person unmuted each time so that the reception and audio is great for all of us. So Don, if you're just joining us now, Don's asking your name, where you're from, and what gongs do you play?
I'm Annette, and I'm from Bristol, and it's lovely to meet you. I have a sound creation and a Mercury gong and a tone of life water gong.
Oh my. Oh, I'd love to hear those gongs. Hey, this is a wonderful way. We don't have to go to the factory. We can just use those gongs and then decide. Next one.
Hi, my name is Thea, or Agni Devi, and I have a wind gong and an Atlantis gong.
An Atlantis gong. Nice.
Yeah, I could play that. It's right behind me, and I think you might hear it.
The nice thing is with some of the, if you haven't quite got your settings right on Zoom, you get great like ET Alien Space Odyssey static that comes through. So without meaning to, you brought us the other planets. Thank you.
Okay.
Well, and also it helps if you have headphones on, so you really get the fidelity that the speakers on here doesn't have. But even so, when I was young, we listened to the radio all the time. We never had TV. And some of the radio was always like that. We get between the stations. And I used to listen to the in between the stations to hear that communication.
Did they ever talk to you?
Yeah.
That reminds me of the Yip Yip Aliens. That's what they always liked. That was their favorite station. Oh yeah.
Oh my! And look, there's number 9 gong up there.
Is that Tina?
Is that a number 9 gong? Yeah.
Yes, it's a number 9 gong with the mirror, which is also the mirror gong. And it is the 75 centimeter. And then behind it, I don't know if you can see it, but there's how do you say it? The spiral gong or the infinity gong, but just a small one. And I have a very small apartment, so I have only some of the gongs up here. And then for those of you who don't know me, I have a lot of gongland gongs. And actually, Don, I was just thinking about, for the people who do not yet have a gong, or maybe they want a gong. And I was just thinking, I had this Christmas special offer when I was sending the gongs directly to people's home without any transport cost. And it was like my Christmas gift. But I think I would like to extend the invitation. So when some people, when they hear the other gongs in here, and if they think, oh, this is the one I want, then I could make that offer. It couldn't be sent to your home directly, and I will offer to pay the transportation.
Could you introduce yourself, your name, and where you're from?
Yes. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, my name is Tina Maria, and I'm based in Copenhagen, Danish, and I lived here now for the last 10 years, but I have been actually living all around the world. But now in my more almost coming older days, the third life time period, I've stayed put here in Copenhagen, and I have a lot of interesting instruments from Rolf Nietzsche from Germany, the Gongland, where Don also designed the number 9 anagram gong, and also Martin Blaise. Maybe some of you know him. We made a special, and that's a year ago now, I think. We made that special with Martin,
and he makes these incredible titanium gongs. And I am working sometimes as his apprentice. So I go to Germany for a month. Under COVID, it has been great for me in the sense of I have actually been able to study a lot with Martin.
Thank you so much, Tina. We'll also refer people, what she's referring to is a gong talk that we did a year ago, and you can definitely watch it. Just for the sake of time, Tina, I'm going to ask you to mute yourself, and anyone else, please give us about 3 minutes, your name, where you're from, what gongs you have.
I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna chime in because I'm also from Rhode Island. I'm from Providence, Rhode Island. My name's Subhadra. Hello, everyone. I have a 32-inch gong, and it's not Meinl or Peisty. We have a gong maker here in Rhode Island named Sean Aceto, who you may have heard of by now. I think you probably have. So he makes the what he refers to as the Saturn gong, and so it's got that hexagon shape on it. So that is my very first gong. 32 inches. It's the only one I have right now. And I would play it, except I have it in a bag. I used to leave it out displayed all the time, and I should have had like a tapestry or something to throw over it, because very quickly it starts to get spots, like black spots on them. So it actually has one on it now that I've neglected to clean. I just put it right back in the bag. But yes, I've been playing gongs now for a few years, and the busiest year that I had was just before COVID, and the month that we had the shutdown, I had the most gong events happening that month. I was going to play in like 4 different places. It was so exciting. But since then, I have had 2 events in 2020. I had one outdoor event at a park. It was so lovely. Everybody loved it. And then I had one, it was like a private home type of thing. I'm looking forward to doing more soon this year. And that's all for me. So nice to meet all of you. Thank you.
Ooh. And everybody understands the hexagon?
No.
Could you explain to them where does the hexagon come from?
Right. I failed to explain that. So the reason why it's he calls it the Saturn gong, and it has the hexagon shape, and I didn't know this. I learned this when I was choosing this gong. It was awesome. I was so glad Sean told me about the satellite images, the Cassini images in outer space of Saturn. There's actually a hexagonal shaped storm. So you can find these images if you weren't aware of that. And so that's just so fascinating. I actually looked at the pictures, and you can see it like moving in real time. It's like so cool. If that was what you were getting at, which I think so, Don.
Good one. It's the North Pole. It's hexagon shaped. So it's very, very nice. Good work. All right, who's next?
I'll go. Hi, everybody. Hi, Don. My name's Nikki, and I live just outside of Paris. And I actually have 2 gongs, but I don't know anything about them. They were gifts. Is there a moon gong? It seems like that's what they called it. My husband ordered it because we live in France, and I don't even know where it came from, but it took a long time to get here. So I've been wanting to take a beginner class with you, and I actually wrote, but it was when COVID came down. I was going to go to England, and so when I saw the email, I popped on. But this is one of the gongs I have, and then the other one is somewhere else. So I just play for my pleasure. I love it. And I discovered gongs through my Kundalini yoga with someone who trained with you, Veronique. I think her last name is Romanque or something like that. She went to London to train with you, and she's the one who sent me to you.
Wow. That looks like a Wuhan gong, doesn't it? Is it a Wuhan gong, Morgan? Yeah. Mm. And the other gong is where?
I live in 2 places. It's in the other place, and I think that one is the sun.
That's a moon gong. So you want to help her out, everybody? There are two kinds of moon gongs.
Okay.
There's the popular one, and then there's the one that is a little higher. Anybody want to, Morgan, you want to tell her about that? The G sharp.
Yes,
What's the
there's two
second?
types of moon gong. One is the sidereal moon gong, and the other one is the synodic moon gong. And I think I have the sidereal moon gong or the sun. I'm not sure.
The synodic is for the sexual chakra, and the sidereal is for up here, the moon center up here. So we have those two. This is an A sharp here. This is a G sharp. And we mainly now we're focusing on this frontal lobe here. So, but both gongs are right because all of the sounds are in the copper in the skull. So it makes no difference. That's the difference between them. You most probably have the G sharp, second chakra, moon gong, and that would be the synodic gong. Morgan, can you tell her the difference between synodic and sidereal?
No, I have to pass.
Anybody out there want to?
Yeah, it has something to do with the 24 hours cycle of it's a synodic, I believe, the 4-hour cycle of the moon going around the Earth.
Yes,
and
that's
the sidereal, I'm not sure.
Uh-huh. And anybody else want to talk to him about sidereal?
Hello, everybody. Hello, Don. So I'm from France. I have two gongs from Gangland, the sun, 90 centimeters.
Yeah.
The sun gong, and what was the other one?
The face from Gangland too.
Face gong.
Oh. Well, I can't wait to see them and hear them.
Gongs are in the studio, so I cannot for tonight, but another day.
We were talking about the moon gong. Do you have a moon gong?
Oh, sorry about that. No, I have the sun. Sorry.
So we're just saying, of course, that there's two moon gongs. One is the synodic moon gong, which is as it goes around the Earth, and sidereal moon gong is as the moon reaches a fixed star somewhere in the heavens. So one with a fixed star in the heaven are called sidereal gongs. Synodic gongs are gongs that their orbit goes around the Earth. So there's two ways to look at it. Most of the gongs that we have are synodic gongs, but the moon has also the sidereal moon, and that is what we call the full moon gong. So it's from new moon to new moon is synodic. The full moon would be sidereal. The synodic new moon is for the second chakra. The other one is for the new guru angel center here in the higher forehead. So that's the difference between those two gongs. All right.
Are we going to have anybody else unmute themselves and let us know where you're coming from? We've now got France, the US, Copenhagen, Denmark, Bristol, Rhode Island. We're in Los Angeles.
Hello, everybody. So my name is Andrea. I come from Slovakia and I live in Slovakia and Czech Republic in Europe. And I have various gongs from Tone of Life, Gongland, and Grota Sonora.
Slovakia is represented in the house. All right, who else?
Hi, Baba Don. Nice to meet you after a long time.
It's been a while.
I am in Mozambique, Maputo. It's in summer.
Why did you move?
My husband finished his mission as a diplomat, and then he is about to retire.
Oh.
All right. Do we have anyone else representing Africa? Thank you so much. We've got Mozambique in the house. And Suki says she's coming in from Vancouver. She's written in the chat. If you don't want to unmute yourself, you can always just write it in the chat. That way we take the pressure off if you're feeling like you don't.
Okay.
Sonia, go for it.
Hi, I live in Dubai and I haven't got any gongs. I have some beautiful bowls. I don't think it's a good idea to place them on Zoom, so it will not translate well. And I want to greet Pia, who we studied together in Copenhagen in 2019 at Don's training. So really nice to see you. Thank you, everyone.
Could you show us hit it once so that we can hear how bad it is?
Yeah, just a second. I'll get them out.
You're trying to torture us? Like, for what purpose?
Well,
I guess it's just for fun.
All right, let's hear it.
I'm not sure what everybody can hear. Is it going fine?
It sounds like the sounds from outer space. If you've ever listened to those microphones where it's like,
yeah.
So it wasn't horrible.
No, it sounded fine. So what we're experiencing is not, it can't be live. It can't be three-dimensional now. But the idea is that you can get an idea of how each of the instruments sound when they go through the ethers, from one location to another one, through the electronic world. So that's an important thing to experience, I think.
So if you're just joining us, we are willingly and without coercion unmuting ourselves, saying our name, where we're from, and what kind of gong we have. And if you don't want to unmute yourself, you can always just write in the chat. But I see we've got Pauline's from West
but we have an
Scotland.
assignment, don't we? Mm-hmm. What's our assignment? Gong masters work by assignment. Well, they don't know how to work. So, all right, so our assignment is that next time we get together, if you have a bowl or a gong or a bell, have your instruments around you like you were flying a UFO and you needed those to get through the ethers. So, all right? And that would be, and then we'll try it out and see which ones really go through and which ones don't, etc. And which ones can go combine together to produce the beautiful tones we call the brain waves.
Maya is raising her hand.
Okay.
Maya, you raised your hand? Suki, you raised your hand?
Yes. Okay. Hello, hello everyone. Hello, Don. My name is Maya. I'm from Slovenia. I have 3 gongs, Pluto, Sedna, and Day Earth. That is G sidereal.
Sidereal gong.
Oh, nice.
Okay.
So remember, everybody, sidereal means a revolution on a fixed star. Okay, so that in case your students ask you.
Okay, so hi everyone. Hi Don.
Hi.
I'm Sonia or Bhakti from Portugal. I used to play 2 gongs, the Uranus gong and the Nibiru gong. But right now,
Wow, Uranus and Nibiru. How did you pick out those 2 gongs?
Oh, it's just, it happens.
Yeah. Everybody knows Nibiru, yeah? Anybody not know Nibiru? Everybody knows Nibiru. Ooh. Oh, you don't. Okay. Tell them what Nibru is and why you chose Nibru for a gong.
Well, I choose the combination of two because I just read about the it's not the about these two gongs, and because Nibiru is just for transition and to what I could find to just release the fear, and Uranus is the new energy, and for me this is what is meaningful for me. And so I think because we must break habits, we must make a transition and just feel this transition with the new energy of Aquarius. So, and since I like it very much to go to satsangs and to be in the Advaita Vedanta, but this is only like a word that it doesn't mean nothing. And I said, oh, that's, if I have anything that I like in this life is this type of thing. So
Now,
that's why I choose.
next time you'll have them with you, right? So
Unfortunately, I have an accident with my niece. And so I must be stopped and I could not stay at home. So I come to my mother's home. So I'm more stopped. I only have like a flute, a sakwashi flute now with me here. But I think that's for 2 weeks more and I could come to my house. I don't know.
All right. The Uranus is the ruler of this age that we've just entered into. And and Nibiru has always been the planet that disrupted our solar system that comes through it. So it causes a fear. So she plays Nibiru Gong to take away the fear. Interesting. It's like a homeopathic way of working. And then, so I would imagine, and I dare I ask you the notes of the gong, the fundamental sounds.
Oh, I really don't know. I think it's E, Nibiru, I think.
That's it. Yes.
And Uranus, I really don't. I'm sorry. I don't remind myself what is the notes.
Of Uranus, and does anybody want to help her? Uranus is G sharp.
Ah, yes, she's sharp.
Yeah. So she's got these two gongs, and so there's a chord of music between them. And so the difference between the one gong and the E gong, which is the same frequency as the, what do you call it, the asteroid zone? It's the same note as with Nibru. And then she has the Uranus gong, which is the gong of the new age. So it's very symbolic, a very interesting match. And the notes would be an E and also a G sharp. So this combination is the chord of music. So E can come before G sharp, or G sharp can come before E, whichever it is. So the question would be, and this is part of our lesson, is what is this chord between E and G sharp?
Okay. A, B, C, D.
So you learn by this way with your hand. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A sharp.
Yeah, A sharp, C and C sharp. Let's see. Okay.
So
One,
what
dois,
chord would that
três,
be?
quatro, cinco,
I
seis,
don't know, but I'm just looking at the faces, and
Yeah.
we've got some interactive mudras happening with people doing it with us, which I really appreciate.
Yeah. So what we do is we count on our hands. There are to 10. So we start with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
dois, três, quatro, cinco, seis, sete.
And these are called half steps. We go. This is C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E. So remember E now. This is Nibru. And the other gong is a G sharp, F, G, G sharp. So it's that chord between them. So this has got 5, 6, 7, 8. What would that be? What kind of a chord would that be?
And if you're answering to yourself muted, we can't hear you. But if you know the answer, you should unmute yourself and let us know.
Okay. So this is called perfect fifth. They go together very well. And so with that relationship that they have, the progeny, the tone children produced by each gong, then they combine together in the acoustical space, in the bubble of these two gongs, and they then begin to reproduce the overtones. And different relationships emphasize different overtones. And as the person listens to your gongs when you're playing them, they soak up. It's called food, prasadam. So if you have some place that needs to have a particular frequency, it'll take it from the ocean of the gong. And that way it rejuvenates everybody when you play your gong. Any gongs do the same thing. Is that okay? I said it all right? You understood?
They're nodding their heads, so
Yeah.
they get it. If you don't get it, feel free to
Okay.
thumbs up.
All right. It's hard to explain this, isn't it?
We have some more people with their hands raised.
Please.
Maja, and let's go with Maja first, and then Bhaktivedi. Unmute yourself.
Okay, so I guess Maja is in, so I'll just say hi. I'm Bhakti Veda, and I'm from India. And I guess there's nobody else from my country at this point. I don't have a gong yet, but I've had some really, really powerful experiences at gong baths, and I do a bit of sound healing, trained in Oroville. And I'm really looking to explore my potential with the gong as well. So just came to connect and learn a bit more before I can choose the gong that I need.
I think it's very wonderful that we have somebody here from Oroville. Are you all
I'm not from Oroville, but I did the sound healing training that
there
is
in Oroville?
in Oroville. Yes, with Aurelio.
Okay. Does everybody know Oroville on the east coast of India? Where Sri Aurobindo and the mother, who lived in this great kind of Saturn architecture called the Matrimandar. And they followed the teachings of Sri Aurobindo. And so I was there a few times teaching Gong in the distant past. So if you get a chance to go there, it's a wonderful place to visit. Yeah?
Yes, absolutely. I love it. So yeah, it's an honor to finally meet you. I've heard a lot about you, Don. So I just I can't wait to learn and imbibe and experience from all of you guys.
One of my dearest friends lives there, and so I don't know how she is, but I would imagine that she's in bliss there.
All right, I see Thomas has raised his hand. Tomas?
Do you know Lorraine?
No, I actually don't live in Oroville, but I do go there often. But I don't know Loreno. Sorry.
Next time you go, see if she's still okay.
I will ask for her, and I will send her your love.
Thank you.
Hello, Tomas.
Hi, everybody. I'm from Slovakia. Ahoj, Andrejka. So I live only in Slovakia, not like Andrejka, who's traveling from Czech Republic to Slovakia and back. And I own several gongs from Gongland, from Grota Sonora, and from Mainl.
Welcome. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm just checking to see if anyone else has used their reaction buttons to raise their hand. Maya's still got her hand raised. Are you ready to unmute now? Or did you forget about Maja?
Where's Masha?
Her
I
hands
think
were...
she already introduced herself. I think she had her. She already.
She left her hand up.
Okay, so listen. But next week we're going to play for each other. Yes, we're going to see if we can mix the one bowl with another bowl the other side of the earth. If we can mix this gong with that gong on the other side of the earth, we're going to see how sound, does it travel through the ethers, or does it just travel through the air, or through, the physical world? Okay, and how many of you play the conch shell? All right, please, and let's include the witches used to call themselves, they have bell, book, and candle. If you want to be a witch, you have to have a bell, book, and a candle. But now, to be a sound master, you need to have a conch, a bowl, and or bell, and a gong. So those are sort of our instruments. So whatever you have, bring it. Even your tingshaws. We want to experiment and see whether or not we can do our healing, if we can't be together in person, that we can do it through the ethers. All right.
Do you want to explain a little bit more what you mean about that in terms of gonging distantly?
Well, we use our gongs in a special way for healing at a distance. Let me cover two things. One is that it's important, I think, for you to have a mirror. On that gong that you saw with the 8 knobbies on it, like that, that is for playing formulas on the gong. Whenever we play the gong and improvise, if we call it, we just jive with it, we are unconsciously hitting the gong in certain patterns, like this here. And we are releasing certain energies through where we hit the gong. So the Iniophone is a way that we can begin to dive deeper into the mystical part of the gong, or actually, we're learning how to develop a computer language for the first solid-state computer in the world, the gong. And in order to be able not only to feed the higher centers in the cerebral cortex, but also to be able to become more aware of our awareness, enjoy it more, and also perhaps that we'll get messages coming from the highest consciousness. We call it Gong consciousness. And this, we can always pass on that consciousness to our students, to people listening. So that's what. Now, we have a procedure that we've been doing through time, which is we do shrutis. This is sort of what I'd like to get into, if we might, the power of the shruti. Everybody knows what a shruti is? Anybody who not know? Okay. Could you, somebody who knows now, share what a shruti is?
So the shruti is a magic box. Oh, sorry.
Keep going, Alessandra.
All right.
So the shruti for me is a magic box where, by finding the chord that resonates with my voice, working with the perfect pitch, usually for me, in my case. I was able really to activate my throat chakra. I was able to activate that connection between my voice and the voice of the gong prior to play. And most of everything else, it really gave me the chance to really be able to sing whatever I want. And so for me, the shruti is what gave me really the wing to really activate that universal stage of creativity, what I say when I play the gong. For me, the gong and the shruti, they go together. And the shruti for me is a great healing activation instrument, especially because we had the chance to work with the gong across people. So when we have like gong bath or sound session with other people, the one closer to the instrument, they can feel more than one farther from the instrument. So with the shruti and be able to walk among the people and waving the shruti over the people, for me was a beautiful way to activate this healing process that we activate when we play the gong, because we are no healer, we just activate the self-healing into other people. So for me, the shruti was really the magic box to give wings to our voice so we can connect with the guru within the gong. For me, without the shruti, I cannot miss the boat with the gong. That's my
It is a wonderful opener for people. It's called Shruti means revelation, revelation of tone, and
it has revealed your voice as well.
And the voice as well. And in this age now, we have to free the fifth chakra, which is the etheric chakra. So it's come along just in time for us to use it, and to everybody's a singer, everybody's a hummer, like in that way. So they're like, the shruti songs are like singing lullabies to a new baby. When you sing your shrutis, you're singing to that little child within that's cloaked over by all these layers of experience in life. So it gets right to the target. And so this is why we use it, but we can also use a bowl, because the shruti box gives us one recurring chord of music. Now, I noticed your board that you showed us. What is the tuning that you chose for it? That one. The box that you had?
Who are you pointing to?
To her.
Oh, here. Anna Luca is holding up her shruti.
Anna, unmute yourself.
Show them your tuning.
Hello. So this is the tuning that I have on my shruti.
Okay, can you explain what the chords are?
Oh, I don't remember the chords. I'm still learning the chords.
All right, so that's good. So she'd count the open hole. She'd count the open hole, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So actually it's 6. So this is called what? A perfect fourth.
This is perfect fourth.
It's also
1,
called
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Kingdom. So she put the nature kingdom on the bottom, and the perfect fifth, its counterpart, that makes 9, would be the human kingdom, and she has placed it on the top. And that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So she's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 8. And there are 13 notes on a shruti box, which means it's the holistic octave. An octave usually is how many notes?
12?
12. But a holistic octave is 13. And they become your C or your C1, or if it's not a C shruti box, it's another fundamental tone. It could be an octave above. So you could change that around and put the could you? What would you do to change it around? She only has to remove one little movement like that, and it becomes different.
It's not that she has to open the sol, or A, B, C, D, G, or the G, the sol, the do, sol, do is not another chord. The first key and the fifth key and the last one.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here.
No, start from your left.
My left, yeah.
No, you're right. Sorry.
My right.
Yeah. Do, re, mi, fa, sol. No, two more on the bottom one.
Here.
It's
Yeah.
good. You count 8.
Yeah.
And
And
then
open.
you open the first one, do,
Now,
sol, do.
The first one you count 8. 1, 2,
1,
3,
2,
4,
3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
Right. 8. No, 8.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
there.
Yes. Yeah.
And then you count that as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And you open the last one.
Now you've got the human kingdom on the bottom and the diva kingdom on the top. Fifth on the bottom. That's usually how people play it. But you can also open up another hole and make it even sound different than that. Which hole would you open?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay, so I'll tell you, it'll be the major third. Major third is 5, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open that one. Yeah. Now when you open that, leave that open. Now you've got a major third and a minor third. You've added on, giving it a full bouquet. Yeah. Let's hear it. Okay, it'll work.
Beautiful.
Now, what happens when we play the shruti box? It's like those are valves, and the air wants to go out of the higher hole first and the lower hole last. So you want to balance it. So it's like a carburetor adjustment on your shruti box, where you can balance the cord by closing some holes a little bit more and opening other holes wider. And therefore you can actually change the feeling tones of the cord as they come out of the box. So you see. And you can fool around with that, and depending upon other things, you might change it from time to time. All right, but this is one way. So we have our shruti songs now. What is the shruti songs that go with the shruti box? I know I have pictures of it here, and here in our little songbooks. And you have it now on there. So what you do is, let me just do a hook'em. Everybody knows a hook'em? Those who don't know a hook'em, you hold it to the third eye and just open it somewhere, and where you look, then that would be your shruti song. Okay, I turn to Shruti 87. It's called My Religion. My religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. And who said that? The Dalai Lama. So, yeah. So now I need to put this on, play it on my shruti box and sing with it. Can we try it?
Can I make a little request?
And the shruti we're doing is my religion is very simple. My religion is kindness.
Don,
Yeah.
Don, before we sing, Gurudev Singh, he passed this weekend. Gurudev Singh, the Master Settlement Sign, he passed this weekend. He left his body. Could we?
1 second, Tina. Guru Dev Singh transitioned his body this past weekend. So Tina's asking if we can sing in honor of this guy.
Oh, that would be wonderful. Gurudev Singh was a student of mine at one time, I believe. Same Gurudev Singh.
Gurudev Singh, he was teaching the Mexican healer, teaching the Satnam Rasayan.
Oh, yes, yes.
Yes, he passed this Sunday morning. So there is a lot of praying around the world for the transition of his soul. And when you just said that my religion is kindness, you know, this is a time to be kind.
Gurudev Singh was a very important person in the history of Kundalini Yoga because at one time during the 70s, I had the privilege of sitting next to Yogi as the second in charge. When I left and gone, Gurudev, or I went to open an ashram, Gurudev began sitting next to him, and he asked Gurudev to come up with something, and Gurudev came up with something very special. Tina, you want to tell us about that?
Yes. So he was practicing the art of learning in silence. Yogi Bhajan gave him the instruction to meditate and listen, just not ask so many questions, but listen. And so he developed this very special technique, healing, Satnam Rasayan healing, where you heal when somebody comes to you and asks for you to help them for healing. You go into silence and you go into feeling, through feeling yourself and through feeling the subtle changes in yourself, in your consciousness. When you go into relation with this person, then you will know how to resolve the problem. And yeah, so.
Oh, Don, you're muted.
The list of the Satnam Rasayan, the ones that we use for all gong players of how to approach the gong. Do you have that already on?
That's on the curriculum.
Yeah. Do we have it so that they can read it?
I will look for it while you continue.
Look for it, see if we have it. What I did was I took what he came up with, and I transliterated it so that it would be something that all the gong players can use. And so we owe him a great debt of gratitude for that. And it's how to play for other people's needs. And this is called, being neutral, or being in Turiya, a higher neutral state, which we are automatically when we start playing the gong or playing the bowls. Okay, it's good. We'll add that in to make sure everybody sees how brilliant those instructions were for transpersonal healing. All right.
Okay, so we just to go
so
back to the shruti.
Who's doing the shruti? Thank you, Morgan. This one is: my religion is very simple. My religion is kindness. And then I'll do the Satsuriya call for Tina.
The audio's off, Morgan. We can't hear it.
But now? My religion is
Unfortunately, Morgan, the audio is off. We can't hear you.
Okay, next time.
But maybe if you disconnect your audio, your earphones, and go into
An idea
the
I
audio of the
have
computer.
is on the top left corner, you're going to see a green shield with a check mark in it, and next to that, it's going to say "Turn on original sound."
Yeah, it is on.
Right. Yeah. But I think when you click on that, because if that one's not working, there's like an arrow next to it. Yeah. Click on it and see if you turn off original sound. If it makes better, just an experiment.
Is it better now?
It is, isn't it? Okay, great.
Thank you. Thank you.
My religion kindness is my religion. My religion is kindness. Kindness is my religion. Kindness of the heart is my religion. My religion.
I have my shruti box too. Now, the only thing that Morgan and I care about, now that we have more than one shruti box, is what key are we playing in? And unfortunately, in this system, you have to be in the same key.
And real quick, this is going to work best if everyone who's not talking turns off their microphone. I don't want to call anyone out, but T Smonker is the only person with their microphone not off.
Okay.
So if you get this message, T Smonker, if you could mute yourself.
I can't see his.
Oh wait.
Good. Okay, so you've got is that a C to C? Yes.
Yeah.
All right, and you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 6. 1, 2, 3. You have, like she had, you have your perfect fourth on the bottom.
Yeah.
Well, see, it wouldn't work for me because I've got my perfect fifth on the bottom and my perfect fourth on the top. So one of us would have to change.
So what do you suggest?
I don't
I think Morgan's shruti box is G, low G start. It's not from C.
Yeah, we have different shruti boxes.
Oh, he has.
Normally we have C, and then this is a specific one for men's voice. It's G, low G for men's voice.
Yin, it's wonderful to see you. Do you want to introduce yourself and tell us where you're calling in from?
She did already.
She already did.
Yes.
I didn't though.
So, did you understand what she said?
Yeah, I have a shruti for a man's voice.
You got a G. Usually the G is for a person who's got a very low voice. So therefore now this is a C sharp shruti box. He has got a G shruti box. What do we do?
I can get another shruti box.
Well, no, but let's say he only has that shruti box. How do we tune the two together?
Well, I'll probably close this one and open the second one.
No, no need.
Oh.
You can put a G, C, G. Counting 8.
I love what's happening right now because I feel like it's in a foreign language for me. I have no idea what we're doing, but you guys know what you're talking about, right?
Well, we're explaining to everybody.
Okay.
The shruti box is
5, 6, 7, 8.
Can I hold it and you show it to all of us? What you're talking about?
Is it possible if someone just like just quickly just once goes over the notes on the shruti box, like just
Can you go over once for beginners, just what the heck's happening. And everybody's going to mute themselves right now.
Okay.
Except Don. Tell us what's happening.
All right. I have shruti box here, which begins on a C. It's got C open, and then I have this one here, which is a G open. Oh wait, no, I'm so sorry. C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, yeah, G. So I've got C and G. That's a perfect fifth. And I've got a G and a C, which is a perfect fourth. Now, he's in a different key. He starts with a G, right?
And Pia, is that the Pia friend? You also have a G.
Yeah. So I'm going to try to adjust myself to your G. So which means that now I've got to open up a G on my shruti box. So this is a C, C sharp, D, D sharp. What am I looking for? C, C sharp, D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G.
He has a G.
And I open the G.
So this one here is the G.
Yeah.
I will say that we have in the curriculum a whole bunch of information on this because I'm also a super beginner with these, and so.
G, okay. All right. So I have my G open. And he's squeezing his box, and we'll see if they're in tune together.
It won't work on Zoom. But we can try. Morgan, unmute yourself.
Yeah, I just tuned my shruti, but it starts with a C.
You're starting with a C?
Yeah, this is a C.
It's a C shruti.
It's a C shruti.
You said it was...
I used my...
Oh, okay. So
here.
it's not a G, it's a C.
It's not a G, no.
All right, so we open up C and C1, and then the G is the perfect fifth. Like that.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Now, when we play, generally the shruti is so loud. So we try to play it softly, but in our passion, we begin to play it louder. Then we have to remember to play it softly because you just want the energy to go into your front chakras here.
I'm lifting it up so that they hear the shruti isn't as loud and they hear your voice.
Oh, I think it's too loud. I'm going to close down the holes a little bit and my religion is very simple. Very simple. My religion is kindness.
Kindness.
Simply kindness.
Simply kindness.
My religion is very simple.
My religion is very simple.
Oh, my religion is very simple.
Oh, my religion is very simple.
My religion is kindness.
My religion is kindness.
Human kindness.
Human kindness.
Human kindness is overflowing now.
Human kindness is
overflowing now.
Do you think it's gonna rain today?
Do you think it's gonna rain today?
Already rain.
namayo. Woohoo! All right. So therefore, it's a quick lesson, but it's an enticer for everybody else. Now, so this is the Shruti box. It's one recurring chord of music. It's called the fourth ray in the seven rays. You can Google it, seven rays. It's the fourth ray, the ray of humanity and the ray of balance. Now, what's happened is that the world is still reptilian and still territorial. The world is still trying to dominate, and so it's not being ruled by the higher mind of wisdom. So, in order to have our lives guided by wisdom, this is a way to get there. And your gong produces one recurring chord of music as well as your bowl can do that. But they are more organic tones. To get a more organic tone from a piano or organ, you would hold down the pedal so that the tone would stay in space like that, so you can combine other tones with it. So we are really tone alchemists, is that we combine tones together and listen as we combine the tones to the higher and the lower tone, and realize that the gongs can fill all space very quickly, so that all we're doing is we're moving around the sonal ray of the relationship between two tones throughout the room. So this is sort of the way I look at it. Anyway, so this is that, and I would play it up here against myself. Let me give you one of the, can't you lay it down?
The microphone then is hitting the shruti.
No, it's coming this way.
Is everyone able to hear a balance between the shruti and Don's voice? All right.
I got it perfect. Listen to this shruti here. I've known you.
I've known you
for so many lifetimes.
For
so many lifetimes.
So many lifetimes.
So many lifetimes.
I've been with you.
I've been with you.
Well, I've known you as my mother and father.
I've known you as my mother and father.
My sister and brother.
My sister and brother.
My lover, beloved.
My lover, beloved.
Oh, I've known you.
Oh, I've known you.
So it's just making up there. The difficulty at first will be getting off that one tone, like a monotone. I've known you for so many lifetimes I've known you. And to begin to go up the natural harmonic series that's in the tone. So instead of going, I've known you for so many lifetimes, I've known you for so many lifetimes I've been with you. So you discover what we call the open spaces of the natural harmonic system. So that's what we use the shruti box for. And we can also put in our rhythm with it, Yeah, I've known you. So whatever you would like to do. So go ahead and find more ways to use your shruti. Remember, in tantric yoga and in tantric sound, it's the beginning and the end are very important. So we have a special way that we use is at the end of it, And as it goes off into silence, ah, so yeah, I love my shruti box, as we play it with a lot of love. Now you can speak with it. A lot of people have a block about singing because they don't know what to look for. So I just explained to you what to look for. Now I'm going to just speak to you. I've known you for so many lifetimes. Now I am speaking in this voice of the lover beloved, as though you were singing to a little babe. I've known you as my mother, my father, my sister, my brother. I've known you. So you see how much license I'm taking with it? I'm breaking down all the confinements that, so that, and then I'm putting my shruti voice overtone with it. So you do the get your tone. And you begin to then to tone with it. So it's all in mastering the shruti box. There are different kinds of shruti boxes, and the one I didn't play was one that you may have as well. We always show it so that people don't get confused. This is the regular one. And it could be a fundamental note of a C or a G sharp or an A sharp. Some are A sharp shruti boxes, which is a compromise between the G sharp and the C. So this is mine. I use it. May the long time sun shine upon you. All love surround you.
All love surround you.
Okay, so the lesson, I guess, is don't get stuck in a rut. We were taught mantras of doing them the same way for 400 times. Yeah, that is the Piscean way. It's very I do it. Everybody does it. It's been passed on to us. But the Aquarian way is sudden enlightenment. It's like her Uranus gong. It's quickening. So the idea now is to become not caught in any patterns, but become the ruler of the patterns, that we can change at will into a new pattern. So, does that make sense? We'll work on that. So, this is this shruti box. This happens to be tuned to a C sharp because sarods and sitars are C sharp is common with them. All right.
Can you talk a little bit about why you think exploring mask gong playing, mask gong theater is something gong players should consider?
Right. Okay. So later on, when next time we get together, I'll show you how to put it on the piano keyboard. Or if you got bowls. If you do have bowls, we set up our bowls from low to high usually, so that we can play a kind of a bowl melody on them. All right. So what do you want me to do?
Well, I just realized that unfortunately we are out of time, but since we started a few minutes
late. What
did
you want me to do?
Just to share for people who've never had the experience of gong playing with utilizing a mask, why you think that's
okay. Well, let's cover it. All right. Do we have a couple of minutes we can cover it?
Yes.
All right. There's two things important now to break the barriers and to explore more, is that you put mirrors on your gong stands. Or you play with a mirror so that you can see yourself. This is called Clear Mirror Tantra. So that's using clear mirrors for that. Instead of white tantra, usually is you use another person. So this is clear mirror. You can do it with yourself. And so that's it. So I have here on my gong stand behind me a little ones here on the side. I pasted them on there because you must remember that when you're doing a gonging for people, the chi follows where you look. So therefore, you go ahead and you can direct the chi in the room through looking or through using your mudra and pointing in that direction. The sound from the gong here of your palm, with that, goes then where you think, where you focus your mind. So that's a way of directing the idea with the mudras. And with the face is simply that the original way it was taught was to have 4 temperaments. It's the ancient way: choleric, phlegmatic, sanguine, melancholic. The 4 masks have been used. And if you put on one of those masks and do the clear eye tantra in your mirror, that's why we do mirror gongs, and we make other gongs into mirror gongs, so that we can do this type of tantra. And therefore, you can also do it through simply putting somebody's photograph either on your gong stand or on the gong itself, so that when you're doing, it's called clear mirror tantra at a distance. So as you play the gong and you are connecting with that photograph, let's say it's a dead relative, or it's a newborn baby, or it's a friend of yours in another country, you then establish this communication, this rapport, through using the picture of it. I remember it was like when I first started with Kundalini Yoga, Yogi Bhajan had this nifty photograph, and he had everybody look at him, do our meditation in his eyes, so that we could get in telepathic communication with him like that. And so that same technique works with you now as gong masters of ceremony, that you can apply that technique in your healing work. So it's a good one. All right. What else we have to do?
Well,
Next time we'll do the mask, but you could try the mask, and you might also use a neutral mask as well, and try the 5 different masks while you're playing. If you don't have the mask, it's okay. You don't have to do that. Sometimes I have a mask of Buddha. Sometimes I have a mask of that little guy from Star Trek, Yoda. And I put that on, and I begin to channel Yoda and etc. That. So I become a vessel for that. You need to try these things. They're very, very powerful. Okay, we went over time, but we shared.
Well, it was very nice to see all your beautiful faces, and I will post this up on Facebook for people who weren't able to join in. And we're looking forward to those of you who decide to continue on the journey with us next week. If you have already done the winter session, we're asking you to review, integrate. If you are new to joining us, please start to look through the previous sessions, recordings and curriculum, because we're going to be building up on that. And I'm also going to consolidate all the PDFs into a very easy format on the new spring session, so you won't have to keep going back to the winter section. Anyway, if you have any questions at all, feel free to email me or direct message me. And we hope you have a beautiful day, evening, night, wherever you may be. And we'll see you soon.
Yeah. Thank you, Yaelle.
We're also gonna want to do a public session like this, so we can start to coordinate for Earth Day, which is coming up. We've got this April. We'd like to do global gong pujas all around the world for Earth Day on April 22nd, I believe. We've got Wesak coming up May 26th, I believe. And then we have the summer solstice. So if you're in a place that is opened up and you can get your fellow Gong family together, fantastic. And if you're on lockdown and you're in your own space, we'd like to at least connect on these 3 upcoming auspicious dates so that we may all gong together. So thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
Bye bye.